question 22 of LSAT PrepTest 158, section 2, the first logical reasoning section. And as always, we've got our highlight tool selected, and we are going to read the question stem first, starting with which one of the following exhibits flawed reasoning most similar to the flawed reasoning exhibited in the argument above. And so we're going to just highlight exhibits flawed reasoning most similar to the flawed reasoning exhibited, because we know where that flawed reasoning is going to be exhibited. Now, the benefit of a parallel flaw structure is that you know that you can eliminate any answer choice ultimately that is valid reasoning. So we've got to have that in mind as we move forward through this problem. But we're still going to highlight the flawed conclusion first from the given argument. So starting with choice A, or starting with the problem on the left-hand side, we've got Devan has never bothered to be kind to me, nor has he offered help or companionship. So since he does not meet any of these basic criteria for friendship, he is my enemy. Well, that seems like a logical leap, right? Just because he doesn't meet the criteria for friendship, we can't necessarily say that he would become the enemy. So we've got an idea of what the flaw might be. It's that you can't say just because two preconditions of the opposite means that the opposite is true when those conditions aren't met. So starting with choice A, each officer of this club must be a member of 2 year standing or be a committee member or have special qualifications. Well, now I've got three conditions. We had two conditions in the first one, and in the given argument, rather. In this case, you can eliminate A immediately. And this is how you can go more quickly through this type of question. As soon as you see something that quantitatively or qualitatively does not match, just eliminate it to make these questions go a little bit more quickly. Then choice B, in order to thrive, this plant needs to be located in a sunny spot and to be watered regularly. Okay, so we've at least got two things. So since this spot is not sunny, and since I did not water this plant regularly, that explains why this plant is not as healthy as it should be. Well, this isn't flawed logic. This is reasonable. I mean, it says that the plant needs a sunny spot and it needs to be watered. This spot isn't sunny and it's not been watered. Well, then you're not going to have a healthy plant. This is a viable argument, so we can eliminate B as just being a valid conclusion. So we'll scroll down just once to frame up all of the other answer choices now that we know A and B are incorrect. Now, choice C, this book has been widely reviewed and hasn't received even one hostile review. Okay, we've got the two conditions that we want at the outset. Hence, we can conclude that so far, all the critics have loved this book. So now we've gone to the complete flip side of just saying, well, they didn't dislike it, doesn't mean that they have to have loved it oppositionally. So I'm going to hold choice C for now. Then to choice D, a decision in favor of developing the northern border of the town logically implies that it would be equally acceptable to develop the southern, eastern, or western borders. Well, we're not talking about equally acceptable anything in our given argument. So as soon as I see that, I should be able to eliminate choice D almost immediately. And then lastly, choice E. If everyone were an author, poet, or academic, then society would come crashing to a halt. But most people are not poets or authors, nor are there many academics in our society. Okay, so again, author, poet, or academic, like, okay, and I might already say, well, these are three people, but if I just keep going, therefore our society will not come crashing to a halt. Well, this is a viable conclusion based on the evidence provided. So we don't want a viable conclusion when we're looking for parallel flawed reasoning. So we now know that absolutely choice C is the correct answer. And you can see how, again, with highlighting and coming up with distinct reasons to eliminate qualitatively, quantitatively, you can make these parallel reasoning questions go a little bit more quickly than they may have in the past.